You hadn't consumed. You were always against it. No dare
Uh-huh.
graduate the
Well, I
whole thing.
wasn't totally against it. When
So
you
like,
work at the casino, it's a very poly-substance friendly environment.
yeah,
So everybody did something. So I was exposed to it a little like pretty regularly when I
yeah,
was at the casino, but I never viewed it as medicine. I viewed it
yeah.
as this horrible devil's lettuce that was gonna fry my brain on drugs. I
And
viewed it as
as far as your husband was concerned, you weren't, yeah, like you weren't a consumer, so he must have been quite surprised or shocked that you
Well,
came
for
up.
transparency purposes, my mother worked for the RCMP for 30 years up here and was the president of Crime Stoppers.
oh cute, cute.
My
Yes, I
brother,
get
my
it.
brother, my brother's been at the Lethbridge Correctional Institute for the last 30 years and he handles the drug dog.
Awesome. I met that drug dog at the border one day. That's
Might have
another
been him.
story.
Might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, the
So,
drug dog
so
I
found
get it. I get the whole
yeah.
the brain on drugs because I mean I'm Gen X too, right? So again, that was all with the Reagan years, and that's what we grew up around. It was like, oh, you can't do it. I always hear, I lose my job. I'll lose my job. I'll lose my job. So
I'll
we just
lose my job,
yeah
whatever.
yeah.
So my
so you're,
husband,
yeah.
being the Boy Scout that he is, said, well, you've laughed and smiled on pot before. Why don't we just go get it? And I'm like, seriously? He's like, well, all these 17 drugs you're taking surely aren't helping. And he
Mhm.
said, you haven't been out, you've ruined our vacation. We're 4 days in and you haven't left the room yet, or 3.5 days, whatever. And I'm like, Jack, I don't have the energy to go do that. Like, no. So anyway, long story short, I get my medical card. That was a whole treat. And I go to my first dispensary and I spent like a ridiculous amount of time crying, sobbing, saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this is going to help. And this poor 20-something-year-old bud tender is literally looking at me like, shit. I mean, he was trying to help me, but he didn't know
He's
anything.
just, yeah, he's a
He's
bud
just so
tender.
weak, right?
Yeah.
He's no
Legally,
doctor.
legally, no
Huh?
less. Legally, no less. Like
Legal
government
weed, yeah,
contracting
in
me
Las Vegas. It's
Yeah.
a medical
Yeah.
program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here in Canada, they can't talk medical in the
Yeah,
store.
well, in
Yeah.
theory, he couldn't quite totally either.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, there's restrictions, but I think he would have talked it if he knew it. He just didn't know.
Right.
Right.
So it gives me a bunch of different edibles. Like I'm talking like I bought 6 bags and I want to say each bag had like 200 milligrams. I don't know for sure, but let's just hypothetically use that as the number. And I went back to the hotel. I was so overwhelmed just walking back in the hotel and all the people. And I mean, if you've never been to the Cosmopolitan Hotel, it's literally like the busiest bus terminal you've ever been in the lobby. Like it just, and so I just couldn't wait to get back to my seventh
Yeah.
floor and eat these gummies. And I also bought a 2 pack of joints or something. So, because I had always smoked it, I'd never eaten it. Well, the guy didn't tell me how much to take. So I ate all 6 bags of those gummies.
Oh.
Or gummies, Chiba Chews, mints, whatever.
Oh.
So I slept for the first time in months for 18 hours, and my husband had to wake me up.
Oh.
Um,
Wow.
he thought I was like dead. He was like, "You haven't slept like this ever." Um, and so I felt kind of hungover. I'm going to tell you that first off.
Yeah.
But that pounding, excruciating pain at the base of my skull and behind my eyes, while it was still there, I didn't just focus on that. I focused on trying to wake up. I focused on, getting ready, like, because I knew I needed food, because, like, I'm sure
Mm.
my blood sugar was like 2 at that point. um, but literally, he's like, well, you got to smoke those joints. We're going home. You can't take those with you. And I mean, God forbid we throw out $20. Um, but I'm like, dude, I can't smoke right now. I'm so like out of it, but I'm hungry. And so he's like, just go smoke it. So I go, I smoke it. And it was like going from being so tired, so like just ready to drop, to all of a sudden, I wanted to go eat. I wanted to go into the casino. I wanted, for the first time in months, to do something.
Nice.